Do your smartphone photos look blurry or not as sharp as they should? If so, stick around. I got 3 tips that will help you make much sharper images on your smartphone. The 2 biggest obstacles to sharp images from your cell phone are a dirty lens and camera shake. Your smartphone lives in your pocket or your purse and is surrounded by dust and lint, and as you get it out and move it around you get fingerprints on it and in general just gunk. The design of a smartphone is a compromise between camera, computer, and phone, and that is evidenced by the fact that it's very small, very portable, but you also have to hold it like this, and this is not steady, especially when you have to push a button with a finger to make it take a picture. Cameras, on the other hand, have a solid grip with a finger position that can easily fire the shutter. There's ways to make your camera stable though, which will lead to much sharper pictures. Tip 1 is a clean lens. So let's clean a lens. What do you need? Highly recommended, a rocket blower. This will get dust and particles off the lens. Item number 2 is a microfiber cloth. Doesn't have to be a large one, a little small one that'll fit in your pocket is fine. Take the blower and clean the lens. Make sure there's no hard particles like dust, like sand or dust or anything on it. Then you're going to take the microfiber and just clean it, look at it, make sure there's no fingerprints or smudges on it. That's all you have to do. Alternatively, you can use a lens pen. This one is from Moment, and it fits, you can see it's very small and fit in your pocket or definitely in a camera bag. It's got 2 sides to it. One has a nice soft, very soft brush that won't scratch the lens, which you can just take and brush on it to make sure there's no particles. Then on the other end, it's got an actual little, I guess, brush felt piece for cleaning the lens. And you can just take this, see if I can hold this up so you can see it here, and you can just rub it on the lens and it cleans it very, very well. That's all there is to cleaning a lens. Tip 2 is to properly support the phone. Camera stability is critical. The way you hold a smartphone is not conducive to a sharp photo. So if you're holding it like this, it's kind of wobbly, and then trying to hit a button over here makes it even worse. There are ways to make that a lot more stable. One is a nice little adapter to hold the phone to a tripod. This is a Manfrotto, and it basically, the ends twist like so, and it looks something like this. It's got a 1/4-20 socket on one end and a cold shoe on the other. A little knob to adjust it, and it stretches out to fit your phone. And then here, I'll just use this Moment case, but you basically just slide it in and tighten it, and then that holds your phone. The other piece of this, let me turn this around. The other piece is a small tripod. I have this one. It's a Manfrotto Mini, and this rig right here is ideal for cell phone photography. You can fold it up and go blog style with it, or you can set it down and have it be very, very stable while you take photos. There are cheaper alternatives. You can buy one of these little kits on Amazon, and they come with a remote shutter release, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But it's very lightweight piece of plastic. It has a, kind of a stretchy grip holder on there to hold the cell phone, and you can adjust it. These are very handy. Probably not as durable as the Manfrotto stuff, but a fraction of the cost. There's also another option, the Joby GorillaPod. These things are fantastic. They'll attach to anything, and you can still hold it like you're doing a vlog. You can attach it to something, set it up as a tripod. They're very versatile, lightweight, and small, and are not very expensive. Tip 3 is another tip for reducing camera shake, and that is to use a remote shutter release. When you push the button, that light touch will actually introduce vibrations that will cause a blurry image. To solve that, you get a Bluetooth remote shutter release. Very, very inexpensive. As a matter of fact, the kit with that little plastic tripod came with this, and the whole thing was like $11 or $12. So it's pretty inexpensive from Amazon. What this does is it allows you to take the photo remotely just by pushing the button. Alternatively, you could just use the self timer on the camera. Set it for something reasonable, 2 seconds, 5 seconds. Push the button on the camera with it sitting on the tripod, and once the vibrations stop, the shutter should fire at that point, giving you a sharp image without having to use a Bluetooth shutter release. Alright, bonus tip number 4. Don't use digital zoom. Most cameras only have one lens in them, and if you want to zoom, you put your fingers to the screen and expand it to zoom it in. What this is doing is just doing a crop. It's cropping into the image. So with these small cell phone image sensors, when you do that, the image degrades rapidly. You'll get the jaggies. So like on what should be a nice straight line will look like a little staircase where it's pixelated. You don't want that. If your camera has 2 lenses and you use that second lens, which is a telephoto, that's going to give you a much cleaner image. But you can probably still pinch on that one, and you don't want to do that at all costs. Now, if you need to zoom, don't zoom with your fingers. Zoom with your feet. Get closer to the image. That's the best bet. If you follow these tips that I've laid out in this video, you will get sharper images on your cell phone. Guaranteed. To see more videos, subscribe to the channel and click the notification button. That way when new videos are released, you'll be notified. Thanks.